that kind of money. Looky there, we got Kathy Davis.
Miss Davis, hello.
You're muted, Kathy.
Sorry to get on a little late. Somebody gave me cake.
Priorities.
Let me down.
That's great.
How's everybody doing?
Doing great. Good to see you.
Good.
Thank you.
Good. Yeah.
Well, I want to start off today with saying congratulations and thank you everyone who participated in Berkeley. I don't know, I wasn't able to go, but Berkeley repealed their ordinance limiting rentals to 30% of a block. So, and I actually had a client, an out-of-state client who was administering the estate of his father who had a property in Berkeley and he couldn't sell it. And the day after that happened, he sold it. And
Yep.
to somebody who wanted to buy it as an investment. And my poor guy lives in Tennessee and, just just wanted to liquidate the estate and be done. So it had immediate good effect for me, at least one of my clients. And I hope that it's helping everybody else. I surmised that Berkeley figured out that no one was buying their properties anymore and they were starting to get vacancies and have problems. And it made me remember back to the 80s when the city went ballistic on landlords and started doing crazy things and people abandoned the city and that they're still, realizing the effects of that. So that was good news. I don't know if any of you got to go, if you have anything to share about how it went. I know that Charlie Hinderleiter from the Realtors was there with people. But he had told me that he thought they were going to do it. He had told me that ahead of time, but asked me to see if I could line anybody to go. But anyway, so that's good news. Our court updates are pretty much the same. We have no idea when the city is going to eliminate virtual dockets. So we're doing blended dockets there where Chris has to go down to court and I stay here and get on the laptop. It takes forever. We have a good judge there, but I don't like the way he does this just because it just eats up so much time. I think there might be a more efficient way, but he wasn't a judge for too long when we went into the COVID, so he doesn't really understand how it's supposed to work. We're starting to bring the newer county judges around, and the ones in the county that have gone back to full-time real appearances are loving how fast it is, how can we get things done and that kind of thing. So that's helpful. I think that these judges are also learning as they come back to in-person court how often we get lied to by defendants, how they don't show up or they show up late or, that kind of thing. And I think we're gaining some ground back to normalcy there as well. And our presiding judge in the county now is more strict than the previous one. So that's helpful. I don't have too much else that's new next week other than the big victory in Berkeley. Does anybody have a question or a
Are the
comment?
judges still allowing LLCs to be represented by the owner of the LLC?
They do not
or-
allow that. That's not legal in Missouri right now.
Yeah, I know for a while you'd said that they were allowing that somewhat, but
Oh, no, if I said that, I didn't mean to say that. They
Oh.
might give you a chance to get a new court date and get a lawyer, but they're not generally doing that.
okay, I probably heard wrong.
Okay, they will. I have had them let an LLC defendant sign a consent judgment or settlement agreement without a lawyer.
Mm,
So, but as far as suing, you're going to have to be a lawyer to do that. And the
Yes.
Missouri Supreme Court recently announced an initiative upgrading CaseNet. By next summer, you guys should be able to download all documents. Instead of just seeing the minute entries, you'll be able to see the documents that are filed in cases that you're following.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Can they
that'll be
s-
helpful for people.
Can they still black some out if they think there's an issue?
I think they can. Yeah, I think they can. I wouldn't be clear that you're going to get anything with involving a minor or a social security number or, anything like that. So that'll be good for you. And I'll make my little advertisement for that right now too. when you have a tenant that has prior evictions on their record, but that eviction, the judgment has been satisfied, or the case was dismissed, you might want to consider allowing them that and renting to them anyway, if you don't have anybody better, because that means that they paid. For us to file a satisfaction of judgment, it means that they paid. So they had something happen, they got behind, it's not good, we had to sue them, whatever, but they did pay. And when tenants know that if they pay this judgment off, there'll be a satisfaction, and that will have an effect on a future landlord in a good way. They will pay you on your old judgments. So that's the circle of life or whatever. And they pay the judgment off, and then they can get another apartment. The court in the county has cracked down a lot on them raising the security level, so they're not as easy. It's not as easy for them to do that. Okay, I've got a question. Do handymen have to be insured? I would have some kind of insurance that covers it. If it's just a guy that's working on your property, make sure that your insurance covers that kind of thing. There are various requirements in different municipalities. In the city, I know a contractor, a general contractor has to have a license. And I think depending on what they're doing, you should, and where they're doing it, you should check with the municipality that you're involved with, see if they need a license, see if they need to pull permits, that kind of thing. And definitely make sure that your liability insurance as a property owner and investor covers people working on your property. How do you get rid of squatters in the city? Next door property, reverse mortgage not being maintained. So one of the things that seems to be working fairly well, although on a very limited basis, is the neighborhood vacancy initiative. That's Peter Hoffman, who can be reached at Legal Services of Eastern Missouri. And if have you tried if it's the city of St. Louis, they have the Citizen Service Bureau, and they're sort of responsive. Usually in the city, I don't go to do that step. I go right to the alderman of that ward where the property is and start complaining to them. They're going to take the complaints more seriously if you're a lawyer or if you're a voter, but I would still complain. I would try all those things. Not really responsive. The alderman is, so which ward is it? Yeah, I guess maybe try the Citizen Service Bureau then and see if that has any effect. And then call Peter Hoffman at Legal Services of Eastern Missouri for the Neighborhood Vacancy Initiative and see if he can help you. And there's another attorney at Legal Services that's doing a similar kind of work, Rachel Waterman. And if any of you are involved in the Tower Grove Neighborhood Association, they're doing a free training on July 26th where Rachel is going to talk about vacant and abandoned properties and that kind of thing. And I think it's a Zoom training. You could go to the Tower Grove Neighborhood Association website and find out. I just read a thing on it. So I don't even know the time or anything, but that might be a good thing to attend. And Rachel or Peter would be good people to talk to about how to get help with that. Okay, anybody else? Everybody have a good 4th of July.
We're alive. That's good.
Pretty
Yeah.
good, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I got a couple of questions. I don't know how much
Oh, sure.
time you got, but
What do you got, Bruce?
do you all have a blank form for contractor agreements where it protects the landlord? Like it requires them to pay their own insurance and take care of all that junk, or should I ask another member in the group if they've got a blank form for that already? Because you should get everybody who works on your property to sign that agreement just to protect you from being sued somewhere down the road.
Yeah, I don't have a form like that, but if you guys have one, it would be great for you to share it. If somebody wants us to draft it, call Chris at my office next week and we
Yeah.
might be able to draft something, but there probably is a form floating around. And keep in mind, even when you take these precautions, you can still get sued. The idea is that your defense is going to be better. And if your insurance covers this kind of thing, the idea is that the insurance company is going to pay for your defense, which is always good.
Yeah, and I guess I'm still concerned. I haven't had to deal with it, but if you've got a disabled person, how much accommodation do you have to make? Like if you've got stairs, do you have to put in a ramp? Because I think it said something about if it's an too much of a burden on the landlord. They don't have to do that still. And secondly, if people have, what are those things, comfort animals, do they have to have some sort of a certificate saying that? I think I've seen other places saying, no, they don't have to prove that for some reason.
Well, that's a complicated area of the law. We'd be happy to talk to anybody on a case-by-case basis on that. But one of the things that's important to remember is if you're a very small landlord, you're probably not covered by it. You know, I think that disabled stuff is, you know, like I said, it's difficult. We get calls a lot about service dogs and, you know, what can be asked for and that kind of thing. And if someone wants to make a fuss and they file a complaint against you, then you have to defend that complaint. A lot of times it's not that difficult if you were not bad, you were just confused about what you had to do. And sometimes you can even get free training from HUD about what you need to do. My understanding is that you don't necessarily have to modify anything that you have unless you're doing remodeling. And if you're doing remodeling, the remodeling has to be accessible. But again, feel free to call me or email me with specific scenarios and I'll try to answer you on that. And thank you to Paul, who has posted in the chat the information about the landlord training on nuisance and abandonment lawsuits. And the fact scenario of the squatters' property not being maintained, that's nuisance. Yeah. I think the city is, you know, I'm concerned about the leadership, particularly in the circuit attorney's office. They seem to have, their money is raining down on them from COVID relief and from infrastructure. They don't seem to be implementing that money in the places that it's needed. You know, I'm not sure long run what's it going to do, but I know that there are people who, like Rachel and Peter at Legal Services and some other initiatives that are really concerned about trying to rehab properties, bring them back, that kind of thing. One of the things that Rachel is doing, which I think is going to be helpful, is trying to help people of low income who own properties straighten out titles and, you know, that kind of thing so they can get the funds to rehab them. Sometimes these properties have been in the family for generations and title was never changed. And that's something to unwind. I'm doing it right now as a volunteer for someone in North Webster who the property is still owned by a gentleman from so long ago that he was originally an enslaved person. And then when he was freed, he managed to buy this property. And obviously he's been deceased for quite some time, but the property never changed hands. It's been in the family, you know, and that kind of thing. And they just need help straightening that all out. Oh, look, Paul put up the link also for that landlord training. Okay, anybody else got anything? Okay. Everybody looks happy, but nobody has a question, so I think that's my cue to go.
I think everybody's on vacation mode, Kathy.
Good, I'm all for it. I'll talk to you next month.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your time today.
See you guys.
Thanks, Kathy. Yeah.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Kathy.
Appreciate it. Mhm.
Okay, well, if anybody wants to hang around here, this is Lloyd Allender from St. Louis Real Estate Investors Association. We'll do a little haves and wants. Talk about, we've done a lot of, you had something real estate related, you're looking to buy something, you got something to sell, wholesaler, you got something under contract, you're looking for a buyer to assign it to, let us know. We might have some investors here today looking for something. Or if you get a service you can offer to real estate investors, or if you're looking for a contractor for some kind of a service that you're needing, maybe we can get a recommendation from another property owner here. So I'll just make a little announcement first for give everybody a chance to think about what they want to talk about. We've got our July live in person, on location. I guess those are all the right terms, John, for our July 19th meeting. We've got Greg West one of our members, probably one of our most distant members. He's resident of Poplar Bluff, Missouri, big landlord down there, property manager. And he does come a couple times a year. He makes it up to St. Louis to one of our meetings. But anyway, yeah, he's been a long time member. He's presented to us before and has great, a lot of good information to share. He's pretty tied into the community down there and has good relationships with his state representative in Jeff City. So I'm hoping he can give us a little tie-in as what's happening in Jeff City with respect to property owners and landlords. So you don't want to miss that. He's a great speaker too. Real down home, good advice. So that's on July 19th out at the Shriner Center. We'll be starting up at 6:30. So looking for anybody that can make it to that. Okay.
Looks like Melissa has some information maybe on our
Okay.
handyman insurance question. I know
Okay.
she's very knowledgeable on that, but yeah, if you want to unmute yourself, Melissa, feel free.
Hi, everyone. I'm Melissa with One Way Construction and One Way Roofing. We are a full service general contracting company. And as far as the insurance is concerned, certain cities, like the lady said, do require you to have insurance. In fact, like if you work in the city of St. Louis, I know that before we pull a permit, they do want us to actually name them as a on our certificate of insurance as a certificate holder. It is your right to actually ask the handyman, the general contractor, the roofer, whoever you hire, to have your information along with the address that they're working on as a certificate holder. It's to your benefit. Just to give you an example, I got a phone call about a month and a half ago to come look at a roof that had a leak in it. Unfortunately, the person that he hired had, it was just kind of a handshake type thing. And when we got there, realized that the roof had just been installed like a week and a half beforehand. He already had a leak. He did not get a copy of the person's certificate of insurance. They're not returning his phone call. Have you all seen a certificate of insurance before? Shake your head, yes or no? Okay, all right, perfect. So really what you want to do is it's vital. Once they give you the certificate of insurance, ask them to put your information on there as a certificate holder. Then you want to call the insurance carrier to verify what they actually gave you is correct. It's so easy for somebody to go in and alter another company's certificate of insurance and add their information on there and pretend like they have insurance. We had it happen to us. Luckily, I caught it before we had somebody go do work for us. But it's your responsibility. Each city is different. They do not make you have insurance, and especially when it's a handyman. If you're just hiring a handyman off of the street, to come in and do a couple of repairs, then I guess that's your decision to do. But for anything big, I would definitely make sure that you have a copy of their insurance certificate and call and make sure that it's actually their certificate. So
Yeah, you might, and I've had actually asked for that in the past, and I've got an email to me as just a scan and looked at it and found the date had expired, the certificate.
yeah,
They were just continuing using the same certificate they had for the last couple of years and never
yes.
did.
Yep, I could not believe it when somebody gave me a fake certificate of insurance. So just make sure that your information is on there along with the property address. Most insurance companies will, for contractors, will update it often as you need it to be. So, you buy a house down in the city, put that address on it. If you buy a house in St. Anne, make sure that they update it with that address and make sure when the email comes, It comes from the insurance agent, not from them. You don't want somebody to go in and change it on, their Adobe PDF editor. You want to make sure that you're actually getting it from the agent. And then it's the insurance company and the agent's responsibility to contact every single person that gets issued a certificate of insurance. If for some reason they cancel it, then they will send you a notification saying, just letting you know that the certificate of insurance for this contractor, handyman, whatever, has been canceled. And then if it's somebody you work with often, that'll give you an opportunity to call them and say, hey, I got another job coming up. Did you really cancel your insurance? Can you have your new agent send me a certificate? So it's not unreasonable to ask for a certificate of insurance from your contractor or handyman. So please do that and keep yourself and your properties protected. That's all. Thank you.
No, that's some good information, Melissa. Appreciate that. I didn't even know that we could or should do that, have our own name and property addresses added to it. I just assumed that covered any property where that contractor was operating. Yeah, thank you.
I do believe it will still cover it. However, you are protecting yourself and your assets a whole lot more if your information is actually on there. I think you'd have a better chance of winning any kind of lawsuit should that happen.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Okay, anybody else? Somebody left me a note earlier. I guess we were talking about RV garages. It asked me if I looked at storage in Waterloo, Illinois. That's a little far outside of my range. I live in St. Charles County. I would like to get something in St. Charles County or maybe in the West St. Louis County, something close by. So I can get over and check and do my maintenance on my RV and stuff. So it's not such a trek to go get it when I need it.
Hey, Lloyd,
Yes.
if I may, a lot of you know that I've been looking for a business development manager for quite a while. I'm happy to announce that I have one. I'd like to introduce Stacy to you. She is she started with us this week, and she's
Hello.
doing the business development in St. Louis. So I'm going to get her to join here, and if you can get you guys to change the contact information from the website to her, that'd be great.
Oh, okay. Okay, for our St. Louis contact, Stacy is the one?
Yep.
Okay, and let me get while I'm here, because I update our website. Okay, so it's Stacy, was it Lowe, A-L-O-U-H?
Yep. Low.
Okay, and what's a good contact number for you, Stacy?
573
No, you want your,
9.
don't you want the 636 number?
Oh, I can do that. I don't have that on me though. Give me 2 seconds.
I'll get it. I'll grab it here. All right.
Okay, 636 305 3380. And then it's extension 311.
Okay. Yeah, and those you don't know, David Soto runs the Soto Solutions in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, but he also does property management in the St. Louis area. And Stacy is his new business manager here in St. Louis. Glad to have you on board, Stacy. I saw from a different face here I didn't recognize, but
Oh, thanks. I'm
glad to have you on with
gonna get
us.
started.
Thanks.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. Soto Properties is a sponsoring members. You find their contact information on our website. Like I said, I'm going to update Stacy's information, put her number on our website too, right under their logo. Okay. Anybody else got anything today?
I got two things I'd like to mention.
Sure.
Let's see here. We're doing a credit basic
little Zoom meeting on Wednesday. So anybody that wants to attend, it's going to be for our regular group, but we're going to meet a half hour earlier. So anybody that wants to attend that, we're going to start at 9 o'clock in the morning. I can put I'll put my email address in there. So if you want to just send me a request, I'd be happy to get you on there. That's Wednesday at 9 o'clock Central Time. And let's see, I also put together, we've been talking, Lloyd, about the on-location meetings, and I got a little poll I put together. It's gonna be anonymous, but I want to go ahead and send this. Let's see if I did this right. I want to send this out. So see if you get that. And if you don't mind filling that out and just sending that back, or when you're done, that would be helpful. We're looking at what we're doing good, and what we can do a little bit better, and what people want to see actually on location. Because our attendance, a lot of people like to do things on Zoom now. I know the last couple of years have changed a lot of things, but we still do a lot of we still have the in-person meetings right now that's on location. So it's a great facility. If you haven't been there, the Moolah Shrine Center, I highly recommend showing up. It's in the Oasis room on the lower level. And I think Lloyd just mentioned that we're having Greg West this is it this Tuesday, a week from Tuesday, I guess it is.
From Tuesday, right?
Yeah, on the 19th, I believe. And that'll be good if you can all make it. It's well worth your time. But anyway, if you could fill that poll out for me, that would be great. So we're just trying to see what we can do to improve everybody's experience for the live on location events. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, no, thank you for putting that together, John. Yeah, we talked about our last board meeting, about doing some surveys to see what we'll take, because we expanded. We have a larger meeting room now than we had pre-pandemic, and we were hoping to get it filled up, because there were meetings in the before pre-pandemic that we had overflowed our previous meeting space, but now we're way underutilizing it, as we're still offering. And part of the reason we still wanted to offer the hybrid for people that wanted to join us on Zoom. So we're finding a lot more of our members are just continuing with this. But you're missing out on that in-person networking, when you do. So hope if you haven't gotten out yet, please plan on it in the future. And a week from Tuesday would be a great future. Because Greg's a good speaker. He's got some real good practical advice for landlords, property managers. Okay. Anybody else got anything?
Yeah.
You have to register for the meeting.
No. You just show up. You do, if you're going to join us on Zoom, you have to register for the Zoom. But no, if you just show up, your first meeting is always free, and once you join, it's only $75 a year to join. You can come to as many meetings as you want. You have access to our website. We have recordings of our meetings on our website, along with a lot of other good information. That some of it is for members only in our library. Yep. And your first meeting is always free. Come check us out.
All right. Hey, Lloyd, I'll go. My name is Sam. How are you?
Okay. What you got, Sam?
Yeah, so I'm with Atrium Properties, and we do wholesaling. We do a number of different things, but we've got a couple deals that if anyone has interest, I want folks to reach out to us. We have the first property is a 12 unit, it's mixed commercial and residential. Currently is performing at 6%, but it's at 66% occupancy. And so if you get it up to, a reasonable occupancy level, it'll be at 10.3%. So something that we're currently have under contract. We have a seller that ultimately he's got a lifestyle change coming up, and he's looking to welcome some new additions to the family. So he's looking to get rid of that. So if anyone is looking for 12 units, it is actually $100,000 off of the appraised value. So there's some instant equity built into it, and the units are all in really good shape. There's a couple that are vacant that need to be refreshed, but honestly, minimal work besides doing a couple of refreshes and getting it up to a good occupancy level. You'll have a well-performing asset.
Hi, yeah, I'd like to get some information about service in a residence.
All right.
Yeah, I need in a master bathroom.
I think Alex forgot to mute himself.
Okay, gotcha.
I need a shut-off valve replaced.
I thought he was talking to me there.
Kit installed from Kohler.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, good. No, go ahead, Sam. You have some contact information for you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'll put my email down, and we will also put in a link to that particular property that's on our website.
Okay.
And Adam, he is my partner in the business, and he actually did put the link already up there.
Oh yeah, I see. Okay, I see it there.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and so that one is in 63111 zip code. And then we have a second property that is needing around $20,000 worth of rehab work. Basically, most of it is cosmetic. That one is going for 55 grand. That one is in the 63121 zip code, and that one is ready to roll. It's a nice neighborhood. And Adam did put that one down as well, 2910 Lyndhurst. The rents on that is going to be $1,100. So, all in, you're going to be somewhere around 75, 80, and you're going to have, 1,100 in rents coming from that. So if anyone has questions on that, like I said, the link is right there in there from Adam.
Okay.
All right. Any questions, anyone? All right. Thank you, Lloyd.
Okay. Thank you, Sam, for coming on. Okay. Anybody else got anything? Anybody else looking for a contractor? Some type of service you're looking to have done on one of your properties? Or you're thinking about having done?
Hey, Lloyd, we are actually doing a fix and flip right now. So if we have any contractors, we'd love to chat with you to figure out, what your specialties are for our project that's coming up.
Okay, looking for some general contractors, electricians, carpenters, or?
I would prefer to work with a GC, but honestly, at the end of the day, we got to fill out the roster.
Okay. Okay. So if we've got anybody who wants to help Sam out with a fix and flip, here's an opportunity. Okay, let's see. I'm scrolling down through the chat here. Anybody got anything new here? It's okay. Okay. No, well, I'll go on. You're probably tired of hearing me. You're talking about looking for a place for my RV garage, but I'm still looking for a lot, preferably in St. Charles County. I consider something in West County. If it's already zone commercial, that would be great. I could build a multi-unit RV storage facility. It's not, I would consider also a large lot in a residential neighborhood that I could just put up a large garage. I might on the backside of a lot with a small rental house. So you have to purchase it, you have a rental income, and then I had room to build an RV garage. Those are the two options I'm looking for.
Yeah, Lord, don't give up. There has to be something out there. I'm waiting for you.
No, I appreciate Ann. Ann has been beating the bushes for me. She sends me stuff regularly. Hey, have you seen this slide? Something new pops up. She's got her realtor out searching for me.
Yeah,
And,
I do, definitely.
actually, I took a drive by one that you referred me to some time ago. I was out in the neighborhood and I thought, oh, let me drive by and it's still there. It's got a different agent signed up to it now. I'm thinking about going and contacting them, and maybe I'll contact your agent and have them have her do the research.
Yeah,
You gave me the lead initially. See if they brought the price down. So it's a little pricey for what I'm looking for, but so they may be been sitting on it long enough, vacant long enough now. Maybe they're ready to move on. So
hopefully. Oh, was that the one you're speaking of? Is that in a flood zone?
no, this is it was one of the few that isn't. But it's in St. Peter's, so it's in a close to Highway 79. It's a little further out, but it's not that far. It's close to the highway, close to Highway 70. I could probably get out there in 15, 20 minutes. So it's I'm taking a second look at that one. And like I said, initially, yeah, I was out of the floodplain, and it was already zoned commercial, so I had two good things going for it. But it was a little pricey for what I was looking for. But as prices go up, my what I'm willing to pay is going up too, I think. So
Yeah.
maybe we'll meet on that one. But now, thank you for continuing to look for me.
No problem. Hopefully you find something close to Chesterfield too.
Yeah. Okay, we'll split the difference. Find somewhere in the middle between
Right.
St. Charles and Chesterfield. So. Say Ann's an RVer too, so she's looking for a place. She wants to get her unit in under roof. Okay. Okay. What else we got going? Let me see, somebody had asking me where's the website? Our website is STLREIA.com, STLREIA.com. You can see what our upcoming meetings are. We're going to have something on there for the 19th of July meeting coming up. John and I are working on that right now to get that on the website, get it in our newsletter. Should be going out early next week, so we can get it in people's hands. And then next month in August, we've already got, thanks to Amber Gray, one of our board members, has got the McMiller brothers. Have you ever heard about they did a HGTV pilot called My Flippin' Family. They're gonna be joining us, and they may bring some of their family members too. That's all. Bring the whole family. It's two brothers here in St. Louis, and they're doing rehabs in North County, in the area they grew up in, and there should be a pretty interesting meeting. The one brother is a realtor and has done rehabs and some rentals, I think, too. And the other one is a stand-up comic. So, between the two of them, it should be a pretty entertaining evening coming up in August. That's August 16th. So put that on your calendars too, because we're going to be having Ted Drew's frozen custard with our August meeting. One of our traditions we do for in the heat of the summer, cool things down with a little Ted Drew's. Yeah, thank you, John. John put our organization's website down there. And we are, if you're one of their, haven't been with us regularly, we are St. Louis Real Estate Investors Association. is the oldest investor group in the St. Louis area. We've been around since 1977, and we're still a nonprofit, one of the few nonprofit groups in the St. Louis area. We're just here to help our members because a lot of us were started out years ago and got a lot out of this group, and now we've gotten so much out of it. We agreed to serve on the board, give some extra time to bring some more younger investors on board to help them get a good start like we had when we were getting going. So we're just here for education and networking opportunities. Want to get everybody started off on a good foot if they've been thinking about real estate investing. STLREIA is a good place to get started. So, anybody else got anything? If not, I don't know. We got it's getting about 11:45 here. Everybody's getting hungry, ready to go to lunch. Is that what it is? Oh, Jim said. Right, Jim's still working. He's just taking part of his lunch hour to jump on with us. So glad Jim Choik's on here too. Oh,
He's at the ball game.
pardon?
He's not working. He's at the ball game.
He's at the ball game. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually, I'm going to the ball game tonight and tomorrow afternoon, but I'd rather have the picture of the some kind of background other than my natural background.
Oh, you don't have a suite up there in the new ballpark?
No.
Oh, I thought that's where you lived.
That picture is taken from my seats though.
Oh, okay.
It's up high, but they're right behind home plate, but they're up very high. I split season tickets with some other people.
Lloyd, you're aging yourself by calling it a new ballpark.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're down the new one as far as I was concerned. I'm old enough. I used to go. I went to a few games at Sportsman Stadium, which is now where what the Matthews Dickey Boys Club, I think they built on the site when they tore that one down. So yeah, I'm giving away my age there. But I was very young though. I was in grade school when I went there. Anyway, so now thank you all for coming on with us today, and hope to see you a week from Tuesday on the 19th, or if not, we'll catch you here next Friday on the 15th. Do some more networking and hanging out here. And I'll get Stacy's information posted on our website here as soon as I get off before I have lunch, so I don't forget. So thank you for introducing her, David. So okay, have a good week. Have a good weekend. We'll see y'all.
Thank you all.
Okay.
Everybody.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye.